This could be one of my favorite matches of the day because there's been a lot of doubt over European COD. Splice haven't really been performing well. They haven't had a great run in the open bracket as far as European players go. Red Reserve are now the undisputed kings of Europe. They're the champs right now. This is going to be a really interesting test for them because let's face it, OpTic, they've had a fantastic amount of explosive play so far here in Atlanta. Much to the surprise of a lot of players. What do you think going into this one is going to be the biggest takeaway for Red versus OpTic?
Well, firstly, I agree with your point. I do think Red Reserve are the #1 European team at this point in time in Call of Duty. And, you know, OpTic Gaming throughout the tournament, they've had some high highs and they've had some lows as well. So they got to come out strong swinging in this first map, and we see the vetoes going. So our 2 hardpoints are going to be Valkyrie as well as London Docks. Good maps for both these teams.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting stuff. I think Valkyrie has made quite the dent, quite the impact here in the Call of Duty World League after being added very recently. Nice close range map, lots of PPSH engagements. And we'll see now in the search and destroy veto process. John, anything you think will be coming up here?
Yeah, I was thinking OpTic Gamer were going to go with that ban on USS Texas. We've seen Zero in his sniper rifle many times. You know, he could have a huge impact on that map. So Forest goes as well. Red Reserve winds up banning that. So our 2 search and destroys, Sainte-Marie and London Docks. We've seen OpTic play Sainte-Marie a lot. This is a great map for them. I love how it just forces team fights to happen. I think that's going to play in OpTic's favor.
Yeah, we just saw that little highlight clip. Number 1 was, of course, Scumpy picking up that beautiful ace there against Lightning Pandas earlier in pool play. And here we go into the CTF veto now. Could be I've got a flag tower feeling here. Oh, there we go. Red gonna ban that one straight out.
always ban flag tower, so it's OpTic's choice. They decide to ban Forest, and that means that the CTF will be London Docks. We just saw OpTic Gaming, they had a surge at the end of the London Docks capture flag against Luminosity, but it was just too little too late. Hopefully they've been able to learn from some of their mistakes in that matchup.
Yeah, you got to see the confidence there from OpTic picking in London Docks, because again, it was a 6-0 at one point, or 6-1 going into the second half, and they managed to pull that back to 6-4 before the final score of a 7-4 in that one. So again, OpTic looking confident, and this is going to be it. There are your maps. The stage is set. The board is ready, and our pieces are just getting started. And here we go into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Losers round 6. The first team to win 3 maps will advance onwards into the losers bracket, and the first to concede 3 will be going home early. Here we go, John. Let's get into this one.
All right, Valkyrie hardpoint, the new map added to the rotation here. I've seen OpTic Gaming perform very well on this map. For Red Reserve, you're going to be looking at their submachine gun players to step up to the table here. Joe and Josh, I'm putting a lot of pressure. The spotlight is on them. Let's jump straight into the action. Map 1 about to begin.
Here we go. Kicking this one off with the king, Scumpy. The ventilation room is going to be the first place to spill the blood, and Scump's going to get that first kill, nade out straight away as well. And this is a pretty delightful start for the boys in OpTic Gaming. And here we go, Scumpy continuing to push, but he's going to be cut down there. And this already off to a quick start.
Yeah, I like the start from Red Reserve right there. They don't initially push into the hardpoint. They let OpTic Gaming, you know, get a little bit set up, and then Red Reserve, they just coordinate their push. They get the kills going in their favor, and now they have control of the Vents hardpoint. Now, this one's a little bit tougher to lock down. I mean, you can see there are 4 entranceways, and you only got 4 players on a team, so assuming you divvy up, you know, 1 person watches 1 entranceway, 1 player drops, that opens up a lot of angles for OpTic Gaming to flood right on in. But right now, it's Red Reserve inside the hardpoint. They're picking up the kills, and they're starting to build a lead.
That was 2 in a row for Zero. He's currently on a 2 streak. Same with Joe, 2 kills to his name as well. And this is Joe just getting absolutely obliterated there by grenades from Formal. 10 seconds remaining on the vent room, and we're going to see OpTic get this final few moments. And here comes Zero again. Star-studded player here for Red Reserve. He's been an MVP already, and now big work from him. Fighter pilot there was attained, so now that's going to be very important. Again, not the most instrumental kill streak here on Valkyrie. There's a lot of covered roof, so those players are going to be able to hide from that fighter jet that comes from above, but still, a kill streak is a kill streak nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe when we get over to smokestacks, or you maybe called in on a rotation to the next hard point, the point is he has a tool to work with, right? It's something that could aid Red Reserve as we enter the later stages of this game, but I love the loadout that Zero's using as well. Since this is one of the more smaller maps, he's got armored, he's got energetic, so he's going to be safe from any tacticals, any nades that are going to be thrown his way. Right now, Red Reserve, they have a good early lead, but still, so early on in the game, still a lot of time for OpTic Gaming to bounce back.
Revan, you said it. You said Joe was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and so far, so good. He's really enjoying that close engagement there with the PPSH in hand. Krim, that's his 3rd in a row now for him as he tries to flush the members of Red Reserve out of the operations bunker. And here we have Formal working in through the back. Unfortunate turn there. That was a really big kill from Zero. Krim now ringing those shots out across map. That assault rifle, the BAR there, is going to be doing the best job it can out in those open fields down the streets. Again, up close is not going to be as formidable as the PPSH is. He's got to choose those battles wisely, and so far, so good. OpTic climbing back into this one, but Red still with the lead and still with the control.
You know, early on this third storage bunker, hardpoint as we were about to transition to it. Red Reserve had a great spread. They had both ends covered on the hardpoint, but it was Crimsix. He was able to get a great spawn near the backside of storage, and OpTic Gaming were able to push in just as the hardpoint popped up. So they're going to have early positioning here. Big player to watch out for right now is going to be Joe. This guy sneaks. He loves to lurk around the map. You got to keep an eye on Joe. As Zero picks up 2, that's going to be the trigger for Joe to push right into the hardpoint.
A couple of kills there from his teammates. This may be the way he starts to fight. That's a big kill to open this one up, and you can see the rest of Red Reserve now flooding their way through.
Love it.
He started the battle well, and now his teammates have come in to finish it, but Scumpy from behind doesn't do a great job of picking up those kills. Will be dropped eventually in Zero. Can't quite outgun Crim6 at that range. And Red Reserve still holding true at this point. OpTic now pushing through mid. They've got 2 players working the right-hand side of the map there, and they're about to break through. Crim6, first to find his way in, but Rated gets it done in 3 with the STG.
Yeah, we call that a bait and switch. Joe working well with Josh there inside the hardpoint. Still this fighter pilot available for Zero as the offense hardpoint has popped up. You see the spawns coming in from Red Reserve. Zero, he's actually behind enemy lines right now. He could take out 2 players, can't finish the kill in Formal. There you go. Rated's going to pick him up, gets the assist there, but Zero delays time. His teammates inside the hardpoint continue to pick up kills, and we got more streaks on the side of Red Reserve. A fighter pilot as well as a glide bomb working towards the artillery barrage for Rated.
It's a favorable trade for the boys of Red Reserve. Now climbing this one up, about to get past the 100-point mark. OpTic Gaming is still nipping at the heels. They're still in this one with a chance. We've got Crim going 11-9. Josh trying to make something work there, but he can't quite do it. Joe, a little late to the party, but he's still firing away, having a good time. Scumpy now knocks on the door. Formal gets the second kill. Scump with a second. That's going to be a very clean breach and clear from the green wall.
And this could be a turning point in the game for OpTic Gaming. As they start to get some kills going in their favor, you see it's a combined 7 spree between Scump, Formal, and Crim6. Karma's the player I'm going to be looking out for OpTic Gaming, as Crim's able to find 2. If Karma continues to struggle here, it's going to hurt OpTic Gaming on Valkyrie.
Now Red over 100 points in. Crims finally ends that streak. And here we see Karma now working his way around the back. He's worried about those players catching him, but this is really important. He's got his teammates coming in one direction. Karma from up above. Oh, he's been gifted Joe. Oh,
what?
Wow, Joe gets a turn on him. That's so unfortunate. And now they've got the back control, so they're going to be able to take care of these players as they make their way forwards. Crim trying to get a kill. Formal advances. He's cut down in a hail of gunfire, and now Crim6 and Karma now working desperately together, taking on Zero and Joe. Beautiful work there. It's a back and forth between the 2 of them, and Joe again comes up clutch. Incredibly good work there from the young Englishman.
Yeah, Karma had an opportunity to make a big play, but Scump answers right back. He finds 3 kills of his own. OpTic Gaming, they're not out of it just yet. Still, time for them to come back into this game. Right now, they face around a 40-point deficit. Now, Karma trying to follow up inside the hardpoint. Has some help from Crim6. You see the spawns from Red Reserve coming pretty far out. We're about to start a new rotation of hardpoints. They have early positioning as we're about to make our way back into the vents.
Here comes OpTic. And I may be horribly wrong there. I don't think Joe's actually maybe Welsh. I don't know. Someone's going to have to tweet me Joe's nationality, and I'll apologize profusely
somewhere
for that
from
one.
Europe.
He's from somewhere in Europe. Here we go. Joe still on your screen. Josh now in the back end picks up 2. Big shots out. Rated is going to be in hardpoint, doing the best he can. And here he goes. Crim's first to come through. He's going to take care of him. Here comes Scump, tagged up. Formal's there as well. And the STG at this range is doing a lot of damage. It's going to keep those players pinned back. Zero's watching the flank, because again, 4 ways into the ventilation. If you've got to watch one of them, and they're going to find another way in now. This is 2 doors now. The valley has opened up, and here comes all of OpTic. They get all the kills they need, and they may be able to get the final 30 here on the vents.
But Red Reserve still, they have a solid lead to work with. And, you know, I brought Karma up a little bit earlier. He's still continuing to struggle here. 7-16. You got to chip in with the slang here, especially going up against a team like Red Reserve. I talked about it coming into the series. Red Reserve is a momentum-based team. They have a lot of momentum behind them, coming off a big win from Team Caliber. OpTic Gaming looking a little flat. You know, they just got 3-0'd by Luminosity Gaming, but like I keep saying, this game's still early. OpTic Gaming only down by 40 points. They can still come back into this one.
You're so right. And once they slam the brakes on Red, that's when things start to hurt for them. And here we have Formal may just be the man to do that one. As you can see, OpTic, they're in control now. They have the operations bunker, and Zero trying to make a sneaky flank, but Scumpy's on watch duty, and he's caught him out now. And this is operations making his way back. Formal's going to finish the job, and that's very, very important now. They turn their attention to the front line. They've got the guy in the rear, and now they're keeping it going. Formal fully streaked. The mortars will help.
Yeah, let's see what he can do with these. And I also saw Zero still has that fighter pilot to work with here. It was like he earned it in the first 30 seconds of the game, but still keeping it in his back pocket. And here we go. OpTic Gaming mounted the comeback now within 13 points of tying this game up. But it's Red Reserve pinching it from both sides of the operations bunker. They're able to take control. Keep in mind, only 20 seconds remaining. Formal fully streaked out. Could use them on rotation as we're about to move over towards storage.
Oh, favorable trade there from OpTic to make their way forward. Here we go towards storage. Crim making his way through stacks. No streaks for him, but still his teammates are going huge. Crim's actually 27-17, so he's been picked as the MVP for OpTic. He's an early Astra MVP pick, and with good reason. Josh now trying to make his way around the back. Storage now is flipped. We have Red Reserve in control, but OpTic now with a 3-1 split across map. They're trying to make their way through these different angles. You can see those green icons on your minimap making their way around. Formal's going to try to open this party up with a bang. And this kill on Josh is going to start it off. And here comes the push onto the bunker. Joe watching that window. We've got one player up front. Krim. The entry kill is going to be really important if he makes it work. Oh, he does! And that's in now. Zero tries to make it a second, but he can't. Rated is going to hold on for dear life, and he will just do that. Unbelievable work from Rated. Can he find another? And he's got Joe backing him up as well. But again, OpTic flooding through. They just cannot be stopped. They've got closer spawns now, and they're ever so close to getting in there finally. But Red about to crack 200 points.
I mean, OpTic Gaming, they should be able to find a couple more kills here, but not a lot of time remaining on this hard point. And this storage bunker one, it was a similar story for Red Reserve last time we were on it. They had a great early setup, although the first time around, OpTic Gaming were able to break on in. This time, they're unable to do so. Keep in mind, we still have some streaks in play, but Red Reserve, they've broken that 200-point mark. They're looking to close out this game on this upcoming hard point.
Krim's dropping a 30 bomb. And there's another bomb of Red Reserves coming in. Doesn't manage to find anyone. Josh versus Karma. Nice work there from Scumpy coming in, saving the day. Formal still has the mortar strike and his fire pilot to work with. Coming through mid, but beautiful work on Josh. Keeps the push going, and now holding on for dear life. OpTic Gaming 170 now and climbing. Office is looking good for them, but it's going to be a slow and steady retake from Red Reserve. They're not too far off of the win. Of course, it is 250 to win the hard point. And now a little bit of a calm before the storm. Josh makes his way through on that kill there on Karma, and now it's all on a Krim 6, up close and personal, and the boys of Red Reserve are very happy in that position.
It just kind of felt like OpTic Gaming just let Red Reserve set up and let them break into the hard point. They didn't put much of a fight in that setup, and I was wondering, I was like, why doesn't Formal just call in a streak, even a mortar strike, or something to, if you could pick up one easy kill or then force the hand of Red Reserve? But still time remaining in this game. OpTic Gaming right now down by 53 points as we're about to move over towards the smokestacks hill. This is probably the most favored one to use your streaks on, as it's a bit more wide open. Fighter pilot gets called in response to the mortar strike called in by Formal. Joe picks up 2, and now Rated's going to continue the party here. He calls in his fighter pilot as well.
Yeah, smokestack's the only hard point on this map that doesn't have a roof covering it, so as you can see, it's easy pickings for these fighter pilots. Rated picks up 2. Smokestack's now in control, Red Reserve. Final few points now. This could well be it. You can see a hail of gunfire and explosives coming down. 5 points remaining for Red Reserve. OpTic need to get in there quick, otherwise they're about to drop map number 1. And Red Reserve will get it.
Look how hyped up they are, man. They're excited to win these games. They're continuing the momentum forward from that TK series. And even though Josh has some struggles on Red Reserve, it's matched by the struggles of Karma on the side of OpTic Gaming. But look, I was talking about it coming into this series because Red Reserve were riding a high coming into this matchup, and OpTic Gaming on a little bit of low. OpTic Gaming, they're going to take some time to come into this series, but this upcoming map is going to be a big one for them.
Yeah, they can definitely stabilize here in the SnD. 1 map down. Red Reserve. They need 2 more to advance. OpTic now with a little bit of pressure being applied. Now, you talked about streaks not being used by Formal in the last one. Do you think it's down to Valkyrie having so many, you don't have as much information because it's such an interior sort of map? Like, although there's a lot of outdoors elements to it, the fights and the hard points are mostly rotating around those indoor sections. You're not necessarily as aware of where the enemy team is. Do you think that's a sort of a symptom of the map being quite new to the competitive circuit? Or do you think that's just the way the map's been designed?
I think that's just the design of the map. Yes, there's a lot of cover, but you could use those streaks to force the hand of your opponent, and maybe if Red Reserve aren't set up yet, you call in a fighter pilot, you call in the mortar strike, it could slow them down. Maybe you pick up 1 kill, or I love seeing streaks used in transition to the next hard point, even though you might, the goal is to slow them down, right? And allow those streaks to give you time to get early positioning inside the next hard point, but would have loved to see him use them in that moment, but you can't blame him for saving them for the smokestacks. Obviously, it's a wide open hard point.
Yeah, we saw towards the end that was a fighter pilot and a glide bomb coming in from the boys in red. Easy pickings. There's no cover out there, and the objective, it's a real dangerous one, but still, we're going in now to the SnD on Sainte-Marie Dumont, and it's going to be a bloodbath. Who do you favor going into this one, John? Because I feel like OpTic, this was their pick. They wanted this. And I feel like that will be working in their favor. And this is the chance for them to stabilize the morale, because going off of the back of the LG loss is a real tough one for them.
Yeah, one thing that I love watching OpTic Gaming play on this map is that they're just well coordinated. They time their nades well over on that B-bomb site. They have a good understanding on how to play this map. But Red, they're no slouches as well. Zero's a search and destroy superstar. He's the guy to look out for on Red Reserve. But OpTic Gaming now down by 1 map. The Sainte-Marie Search and Destroy, it's one of the better ones that they have in their map pool. You figure if there's anyone that they could tie this series up on, it's going to be the Sainte-Marie.
After that, we got an SnD, and should we need it, there's another hard point and a final Search and Destroy. I said SnD, didn't I? I meant CTF. Oh, what a good day this has been. If you've just joined us, Red are up 1-0 over OpTic Gaming here in loser bracket round 6. First team to 3 advances. The first team to lose 3 is going to be going home a little bit earlier than intended, and neither of these teams, particularly not OpTic Gaming, want to go home any earlier than that. Of course, Red have just dethroned TK, our back-to-back Open champions, in a spectacular 3-1 series. It was a tightly knit affair, and in the end, the boys from Red managed to net the win. And now they're looking to put another crown to the ground as they go after OpTic Gaming, our current world champions. And don't forget, CWL Birmingham's coming up for those of you in the United Kingdom or even in Europe, March 30th to April 1st. Go to insomniagamingfestival.com and grab yourself a pass. I'm sure some of us will be there, and it'll be beautiful. It's going to be held at the Birmingham NEC, which is a lovely big convention center, not too unlike the one we're in now. And here we go, John. Map number 2, Sainte-Marie Dumont, Search and Destroy. Kick this one off with Red on offense.
Oh, I absolutely love it. A-bomb site, immediate push, very quick. They smoke off the choke. They know that Crim loves to play over near top Red, so they block off that line of sight. And we're a couple seconds into this round, and the bomb has already been planted. First blood now coming in as Josh takes down Formal.
You gotta say, Josh, the 1v1 gunfights, the individual skill has been great so far, but Karma getting it done with every tool in his arsenal there. He picks up one with the STG and then pops the pistol out and rips the faces off of Josh, and Zero. And here we go, Joe on your screen. Comes up behind Crim. Oh, lovely shots with that PPSH downrange. 20 seconds left.
I would have loved to see Joe just save that grenade, and you saw that the bomb was planted towards the outskirts, so Joe could have seen if somebody was going for the defuse. Yes, there's a chance that OpTic Gaming stretches the defuse, and Joe won't see the player, but you save the grenade, tag him up. Maybe there's a chance he's not using Hunker, but at least give yourself a shot at clutching the round. But still, love the play call coming out of Red Reserve. You push that 8-bomb site in your first offensive round. Now in future defensive rounds for OpTic, they have to, honor and make sure that they have somebody on that other side of the map just in case Red decide to push it again.
Yeah, got to respect the play. Going to go into that second round now. OpTic Gaming on offense. Let's kick this one off with the boys in Red. Have a quick look at the classes throughout the entire lineup of the match. And here we go. Karma's going to be a bomb carrier. And it looks like they're making their way towards B. It looks like Formal coming in the rear. He's probably going to be watching the flanks of those players. Zero is already in position, watching that gate. And the number 7 and number 4, Joe, has somehow come up behind Crim 6, and that's a big nade. Joe hunting him down. Can he make it work? He does just make it work. And now on the other offensive, Rated, trying to fight off the remaining members of OpTic Gaming, and Formal's going to find him with a grenade, and that's very, very important now.
That's what OpTic do best on this map, coordinating the nades into the B bomb site. But because Joe picks up that first blood over near the shed side of the map, now the flank is open, and he could go ahead and wrap all the way around in Karma. Of course, he turns around at the exact moment that Joe decides to push this flank. And, it's a tough situation for Karma to be in. Not only are his footsteps loud, it's a 1v3, not a lot of time to work with, and he's got to get the bomb down.
Let's see what he can do. He's got 3 members.
I think he just stays alive for streaks.
I mean, at this point, yeah, he should stay alive for streaks. Red Reserve are outside that building, just like, we have you surrounded. Come up with your hands out. He's got no way of escaping now, but something miraculous can happen. 30 seconds is a long time to wait, and I wouldn't be too surprised if they do try and make a play for this, because, again, they know he's on a 3 streak, hasn't died yet.
But the thing is, they don't know where he is. You don't want to run the risk of feeding him the kill and progressing him further and further with streaks, but it's going to be Joe. Of course it's Joe, and he's got some support from his teammates. Karma, he's going to find the push up the staircase, can't pick up the kill. That's a big round win for Red Reserve, shutting down Karma from getting streaks.
Oh, man, he locked himself there in the top floor, and he tried to just sort of hold on. He knew they were going to come in, and there was no escape from him at that point. They had every angle covered, and I actually think that it's almost lucky that Josh managed to get the kill there, because he was trailed on that tiny little angle. Not able to make it work. Maybe a higher rate of fire weapon would have sorted him out in that situation, but still, unfortunate death there from Karma. The end of those streaks, and another round to Red Reserve.
Yeah, nice thing to do there for Josh. Something different he could have done is just dive across the doorway, right? So Karma, he's going to be shooting at the first person, tracks him with his red dot, then the follow-up, whoever's come behind Josh. But regardless, as the map stands, it's 1-1, tied up here. It's going to be another A-bomb side attack from Red Reserve. I absolutely love it. Attack A. If the other team's not going to defend there, just attack it. Keep planning. You figure eventually you'll figure out the post-plant spots that you want to go to, but Crim's going to spot all of this. That's a bad smoke grenade. Crim sees everything. He gets a tag on Zero, the grenade to follow up. Bomb doesn't get planted. Objective dropped. OpTic Gaming with a big lead in this round now.
Here we go, Joe on the other side of the B-bomb site. It's always Joe. He's so sneaky. And he may be able to find Formal here. Footsteps, not to be heard as he moves his way forward. He may have actually just walked past Formal, and that could bite him quite literally from behind in a moment. But again, he's very much taking the scenic route here.
Oh yeah, of course, he's about to come up right behind Karma. Yes, he does get the information. You see his teammates now starting to push up, get some position over near field. As soon as Joe picks up this kill into Karma, they should go right for this bomb plant. There you go. He secures the kill, evens up the man count, 30 seconds remaining. They force Krim to back down a little bit, but before that, Krim actually finds the kill onto Josh. The bomb is still dropped over near the A-bomb site. Time is now starting to wind down. They still haven't dealt with Krim, who was over near top red, and now Rated has left Joe alone. Joe's planting the bomb. He has no cover to work with, but Krim, he's going to drop out the window. There's a player right behind him at the sandbags. That's a huge kill for Rated to get. The bomb now gets planted 2v2.
Scump and Formal making their way towards the bomb. Joe managing to get away by the skin of his teeth. The bomb's planted 35 seconds before the detonation happens, and here we have Joe watching the left. He's got a teammate right behind him, but OpTic have already overtaken the site. They're moving forward. Rated with a beautiful kill there on Scump, and now Joe answering back immediately. Dominant round there from Red Reserve.
Yeah, well done from Red Reserve. They show early A aggression, and Krim, even though he's able to find the first blood of the round and drop the objective, Joe makes a big play coming all the way through the flanks. So now for upcoming defensive rounds, I want to see OpTic Gaming be a bit more decisive. You know, if you don't see any action going down near the B bomb site, maybe you decide to send 1, 2 players through and try to push towards the other side of the map, get some information, and you know the players on A, they could just back up over towards stable. Krim could hold over near top red and try to collapse and isolate and trap the Red Reserve players over at that A bomb site.
Joe having a great map so far. 4 and 1 for him. He's been hitting the flanks real hard. I mean, that's going to keep you looking over your shoulder constantly now for OpTic Gaming, as you saw during the bombs. Making his way towards B. Nays going up over the top. Joe getting in there, but again, the skin of his teeth. He's really just, he's a lucky boy today. Krim, shots out, trying to put pressure on. Scumpy's making his way forward. He knows there's a player above him in top red, and here comes the push. He may be distracted. Through the window he comes. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Rated's coming in from behind now, and he may get pinched out here. He's got a player above him. He's got Scump in top red, and Rated's just creeping, man. He doesn't want anything to go wrong here.
I mean, the thing is, he can't really sprint. He's got loud footsteps. They should know where he's coming by now. He's actually coming right behind camera, but he gets cleaned up. And Red Reserve in that round, they change up the pace drastically. They have the Expeditionary division on. They throw some stuns early on, and they actually connect with them. So they decide to commit with the push right through Courtyard. Unfortunately, OpTic Gaming had a player positioned over near their top 2 stories, so they were able to get that angle, and they find the first bloods as they also pick up the kill onto Joe. So Joe didn't earn any streaks in that round. That was a great offensive round from OpTic Gaming. They really just had to stand still and let Red run at them.
Worked out, and we're going into another round. It's Krim 6 on your screen. Tied up 2-2. Here we go into round 5. We got the boys in red on offense, and no one has grabbed the bomb.
That's fine. You don't need the bomb. Just kill everybody on the other team. Rated's going to go ahead and back on up, but it might slow down the push. In fact, Josh is just going to go ahead and take early positioning over near that B bomb site. So the bomb's going to go right there. First blood comes in. Krim takes down Rated. That drops the bomb, and you figure, you know, if they pick up the bomb at the start of the round, that's now not an issue. Karma are going to find some action over near the A-bomb site. Joe does wind up finding that trade kill as Formal response, so it's 3v2. OpTic Gaming with the man advantage, never mind. 2v2, kills being traded all over the map. Still 50 seconds remaining in the round. Zero's forced to back all the way towards his spawn as he wants to pick up the objective. Josh still positioning, big kill there onto Scump. Now it's all up to Formal.
Formal in a 1v2 situation. On defense, 40 seconds for Red Reserve to plant, and it looks like they're going to get it down to B. You got Josh sitting there in top red. 0 by the bomb site. Formal needs to make this one work. He has a nade to work with, though, which is very helpful. That utility is going to make a difference, and this will give his position away, but it also may net him some information. That's more than enough. Here comes the push. He's rung the dinner bell. Up over the top. He's tried to make something work, but that's a tough situation to be in. The B bomb site, retaking it is a mission. Once you get in, it's a fortress. And Red Reserve did the best they could.
Yeah, I mean, he nades the radio tower, right? So he figures that's a popular position for people playing. Nades it, doesn't get a hit marker. He knows, okay, probably one behind the bomb site, goes for the challenge, spots Josh up towards top red. They then wind up setting up a crossfire. Not a lot that Formal could do here. But Krim right now, he's a player I've been talking about a lot on OpTic Gaming. Right now, he's got 5 kills as well as 3 first bloods for his team.
Once more, onto the breach we go. And this is OpTic's offensive round. The crowd is well and truly behind them. The indomitable green wall. And gas coming out. Green gas nonetheless. Oh, staying on brand. I love it. Look at this. OpTic are well into the bomb site. Karma picking up the crossfire there, and Scump and Rated are down. Joe. Oh, that's a big kill there. That's a 2v3 now. And Josh on the flank as well. Krim 6 will be done in a moment. Josh gets them both. One through the wall and one on the back. That's a powerful, powerful flank there from Red Reserve.
Yeah, that's just a good understanding of how to play the map. They know the action coming in towards the B bomb site. Your immediate threats when you're pushing to the bomb site are these Red Reserve players, Zero and Joe, that are behind the radio tower. Because OpTic Gaming can't get those kills quick enough, that opens up room for Josh to push right through courtyard, pinching around and winning the round for Red Reserve. As I think so far in every offensive round, or at least the majority of them for Red Reserve, they've been able to get the bomb planted. I think they have a total of like 3 bomb plants. Yeah, 3 bomb plants, 2 coming in from Zero. So they're not afraid to get this objective down. I mean, we saw it in the first opening round of this map. Like 15 seconds go by, the bomb's already planted at A. And speaking of A, we're going there again as Red Reserve mount up an offensive push.
Yeah. OpTic, they've cottoned onto this one though. Karma's ready. He's in position. He managed to get a little bit of damage out of that nade. Now Crim6 needs to watch his back. He doesn't actually know where that 4th player of Red is, and it's going to be Joe, of course, hitting the flanks. He's on the far right-hand side of your screen at the moment. You can see now, Karma, only person here holding the line. He does have formal to his right now. Crim's watching the cuts there through mid. Oh, Crim, shots unrated. That nade might not find its home. And now Joe, oh, there he is, once again in from behind. He's going to surprise someone here, and peekaboo, Crim, he gets him in 1. And straight over the top, that's the nades coming through, 2 dead.
Love it. Immediately called the rotation back towards the B bomb site. You know Crim's no longer a threat over towards top red, and you know that the remaining 2 players for OpTic Gaming are over near the A bomb site. You show initial pressure there, you draw out the rotation, you pick off the isolated players over near top red, over near B, and now it's going to be a free bomb plant once again for red.
Bombs down. 2v3 situation with red with the advantage. Now we're going to see OpTic try to get back in there and retake the site. They're going to have to do this slowly but surely. Scump's going to go up top. Formal's going to go the long way around. Again, he's worrying about those players hitting the flanks. They know what Joe's like. They know what this team do. They love to hit you from behind. They love to hit those flanks, and they put themselves in difficult positions, and they've got to respect that. And you have to admire it from OpTic. But Scump's going in alone at this point, and that's tough. He knows the numbers are on their side. Oh, and the timing was just off, and both gunfights went entirely Red's way, and that's match point now for Red Reserve.
Yeah, they tried to coordinate a push. I mean, down in the man advantage, trying to retake that B bomb site with non-silent footsteps. It's going to be tough. There you see Joe winning that engagement on Scump over near top red, and it was rated, winning the 1v1 on Formal, I believe, coming in from the defensive side of the map. So yes, as we were saying, map point now for Red Reserve. They won the first hard point on Valkyrie and have a chance to go up 2-0 the series on this upcoming round.
So it happens when you don't have the numbers. Red can watch every possible avenue. Guns trailed on every door, and all you have to do is walk straight through them. This is it for Red now. One more map and they can take it. OpTic Gaming, they've got to pull out something real magical here, but if anyone can do it, they can. Zero gets the first kill on Crim6, and that may be the first of many kills now. So we're seeing the boys push round. Even on, look at this aggression, even on defense. Now Joe and I think it's Josh as well pushing their way around. They're going to hit the guys in the flank, and OpTic don't have the numbers. They may be in the B-bomb site, but rated now bottom red. You've got one guy watching the street as well, so this could well be a collapse of the ages from Red Reserve.
Okay, so I think this is going to be a straightforward retake for Red Reserve. You have 2 on the flank, 1 top red, and I thought Zero was going to come in from their defensive spawn side, but it looks like they want to triple stack the OpTic Gaming side of the map. Josh does have streaks to work with here. Yeah, I think he's going to call in the glide bomb, then they're going to go ahead and pitch on in. Doesn't even need the glide bomb to fall for OpTic Gaming. It's all up to Formal. Now, he doesn't get the information, but he does get tagged up. Josh finishes the kill. It's Red Reserve with a convincing win on Search and Destroy Sainte-Marie. They go up 2-0.
Clinical precision in that final round. Red Reserve played that to an absolute T. You called it. This is going to be a pretty straightforward retake, and it really was. They had streaks to work with if they needed it, but in the end, Red just a little too strong there on the Search and Destroy. It's a slow burn for the OpTic team here, as they've already gone down 2-0. John, final thoughts?
I mean, it was the battle of the first bloods, Crim versus Joe. Joe had a big impact on that Search and Destroy.
There we go. We got one more map potentially. The team who wins the next one keeps himself in it, OpTic. We'll see you after this. OpTic Gaming versus Red Reserve. Red up by 2. Is the writing on the green wall, or can they regain? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CWL Atlanta Open. Miles and Revan here, and we bringing you all the action as we go into game number 3. Red Reserve just look unstoppable right now, Revan. What's going on?
I mean, like I said, going into the series, like Joe and I were talking about on the desk in the first analysis segment, now at this stage in the tournament, you have like a tale of 2 teams, right? You have a team that's coming off big wins and lots of momentum. In this case, it's Red Reserve after their big win, knocking out Team Caliber. And then you have OpTic Gaming, who just lost 0-3 against Luminosity. And normally OpTic Gaming Championship Sunday is their domain, right? That's what we're used to seeing in competitive Call of Duty. But today on this one, they haven't won a map yet.
Not a map yet.
Not a map. 0-5 right now.
0-5.
And have a chance to go 0-6 and get eliminated right here. If you're a Greenwall fan in the building right now, OpTic Gaming need your energy. Get behind your team. We're going to London Docks for some CTF action. OpTic Gaming's tournament life is on the line.
This is it. OpTic with a chance for redemption to stay in this tournament. Red doing the same. Every win nets you a little closer to that grand final. And both of these teams want it real bad. And here we go. What could be the last match we see these 2 teams play today? Or what could be the beginning of a remarkable comeback from OpTic? Let's see how we go. Let's kick this one off with the green wall. The crowd is on their feet, behind their boys, and Scumpy starts this one off with a kill. Joe does as well, then Krim answers back, 2 dead apiece.
I will say Joe's been having one hell of a series, Miles. The guy has been going off. He had big plays in that hard point, a lot of opening plays, and lots of first bloods in the search and destroy. And there you see him having an impact at the start of the CTF. But it's Crim6, the man of the hour for OpTic Gaming. He's got 3 kills. He's on a 3 spree, working towards some streaks early on.
This is what you want to see as an OpTic fan. They've made their way through fire, and they've got their sights set on the flag. And then we have Krim, Scum. Scum's going to make his way forward, and they have to watch out because you can see all 4 members now. Now, in this moment, 4 members of OpTic have been biding their time in this attack. They haven't really been able to do too much. There's a player coming in from behind, Josh, and there's also a player who's grabbed their flag, and Red Reserve, they may be able to steal this first cap in a big way. Zero gets formal through the wall, and the flag is almost back. This has been a bit of a disaster for the OpTic team. What a pull from Red.
That's how Red Reserve play capture the flag, right? You let Joe sneak through the map, OpTic Gaming turn up the aggression, but they don't find the kills in the base of Red Reserve. They're unable to get that flag pull. And one of the more important engagements is the flank, I believe it was from Josh, who took out Crim6, so no streaks earned by him. Now if you're Joe, you got a flag cap behind you. You had decent progression towards some streaks. He does wind up dying. So as it stands, both teams should wind up stabilizing. It's going to be OpTic Gaming now surging up the map. They have control to work with. They know where Red Reserve are about to spawn up. Let's see if they can translate this into a flag pull.
We've got OpTic Gaming on the offense. Let's have a dive in and listen to their comms with a quick Astro listen in.
I can't see shit. Hey, behind me, water. On flag.
Zero the water, zero the water.
Big
One shot, he's one
watch
shot.
Out, water.
He's low danger.
Kill. Yeah, they pulled ours,
One's water, right?
Water
Hey,
steps, water.
10.
Where's the other guy? Where's the other guy?
10 dead.
I'm behind water.
You want water?
One's
gonna be gate. Last guy's gate. Last guy's gonna be gate.
Watch out, statue. Watch out, statue. Ready, he's getting re. Jumping out to you, Damon.
Hey, he got me. He's going water center flag. Nice.
Get that flag.
Zero.
Get that re.
Nice.
I
Zero
got it.
spawn.
Alright, good job.
Get in fire.
Good, get in fire, yep.
Joe just spawned right now.
I'm going water.
Joe just spawned.
It's already in fire. Zero.
He spawned low on the ground.
Two fire.
I got Joe.
Holding
Can
gate.
you stay alive? Yeah.
That's on OE.
No, one spawn.
There's probably one crane.
I got two.
Fire.
Four dead alive. Yeah, I got flag.
Watch, block water,
Yeah,
block water.
I am. One up, Joe. Get my gate,
Yeah.
Seth.
They're gonna OE.
I could get stunned.
Got first guy.
Nice, that's a nice huge win.
Marion.
Could they spawn water still? Josh weak,
I got you, Ian. Just
Rated weak, they're both weak.
They got me.
Yeah, nice, let's go.
Okay, yo, ready to go in crane. One guy in fire. Close, Seth.
He is water for sure.
Got one.
Yeah,
Nice.
he's probably crane.
Play life, Seth.
Or he's on the flag.
Slow it down, kill her.
Yeah, he went
Don't see the
crane,
guy
Matt.
crane.
One flag.
Head
Shot,
away,
absolute on the flag,
I'm
absolute on
going
the
in.
flag. One's crane.
One's crane for sure, Seth.
Yeah, he was.
I'm going
I'm
danger.
gonna just play close fire until we find
What's
this
it?
guy.
Ladder on me.
Coming down danger, Seth.
I'm gonna die. Ladder, one shot. Ladder, one shot.
Go in our flag, Ladder right now.
Oh, no. One fire. 2 middle. 2 statue.
One shot
on
fire,
the
then
flag.
pull.
He's camping a corner in
That
water.
might be a cap. We gotta clear our park,
Yeah.
Might be trying to spawn trap.
Yeah, they're gonna try to hold this, guys. Gotta get control.
Try to hold my
away.
pipes.
One's gonna be L2 probably. One's gonna be L2.
Oh, I got Sundy in.
He's
I'll
blue
stun
car,
him in your
blue
bar.
car. He's
Yeah,
Blue
I'm
car
in
for
your
you.
bar.
I'll send in bar.
Blue car in bar.
In bar.
Play alive, guys.
Outside
Play
bar,
alive.
dead.
Shoot up one.
Pipes
Nice,
dead.
big one. Seth, hit OE. Blue car, Joe. One shot, Joe, absolutely.
Got him,
Nice.
dead.
Last guy's playing in bar
Last guy, I
also.
got naded. I think he's middle.
Could be from
He's
bar.
middle.
Looking bar stairs.
I'm hitting OE. I'm hitting OE right now.
It was zero.
He's in bar. Zero,
Nice.
Good window, come on.
Two up.
going low.
Rated in Josh.
One shot. Can you guys push
I'm
my
low
watch
danger.
out?
Gate.
Spot the water.
Gate dead.
Nice,
Gate dead.
one's gonna be fire. One's gonna be fire
I'm
now.
set.
Coming
Smoke
fire.
the flag.
Cody's crane.
Let's go.
Red side crane got me.
Here we go, OpTic Gaming back into this one, making their way through. And you heard in the comms, pretty cool, pretty calm. They know what they're doing. Red, though, managing to get that second cap up 2-1 right now with 1 minute 20 left on the clock here in the first half. And John, is this going the way you thought it would?
Honestly, I gotta say it's not. I had more faith in OpTic Gaming to show up, especially on Championship Sunday. You figure with their tournament life on the line, they would turn things around and you'd see a different OpTic Gaming in this series, but that just hasn't been the case. I do say I'd like the communication from OpTic. It's good to see them not get flustered in these scenarios as they all four go down. Love the leadership you heard from Crim6, just delegating roles. Scump, go in the OE, play your life, play here, play there. But back into the action here. Scump has the flag in his hands. He's pushing that in the middle of the map, but he's got to get past Rated. Rated who finds two, has support from Crim6 who finds one, but fortunately Scump cut through the gate alley, pushed through Cole, and now this could be a flag cap for OpTic Gaming. They're going to tie the game up.
That's big, but now they have to handle the onslaught coming in from Red, and Karma may be the man to do just that. Manages to help the flag get through, takes care of Raid, and Zero's in front of him as well. This is big. OpTic now tying the match up at 30 seconds remaining, and Josh, unable to get that kill, because if he did, that would have been a quick and easy pull, but who? Anyone. If you had to call one sneaky player out in this entire matchup, who would it be? It'd be Joe. It's always Joe. He's
and as Scump spawns out over near water, he knows that somebody's at his base. He wouldn't spawn there if somebody wouldn't be in his base. You see backing up from Beer as well. That's going to be Crim picking up that kill. Now on the other side of the map, you see number 2, Formal, pushing through Crane. He gets cleaned up. So time starts to wind down. No flags away from base. We're going to go to the second half with a tied-up game.
That was almost extremely close. Again, if he'd waited like a second more and Scump had made his way round, he could have possibly got that kill and made a flag pull. But yeah, he called it, man. He gave away his position by just being there. The fact that the spawns came out. And in the end, Karma getting cleaned up there in fire, he would have also been able to maybe make something happen, and that would have been an exciting finish to that first half. Still, at the whistle blow, they're tied up. And here we go into the final half. OpTic's tournament life on the line here.
Yeah, and we've seen some crazy games on London Docks so far throughout this event. We've seen some high-scoring games, some low-scoring ones. Anything can happen on this map. Definitely not favoring either team going into this next half, but early on in CTF, it's all about dictating the pace and establishing map control. Joe finds the first kill here onto Scump. Karma's here for the trade, but on the other side of the map, you see more kills going in favor of Red Reserve. It's now up to Formal. He's got to play his life and hold some sort of positioning, but I think Rated might know he's here. Never mind, Formal with that kill. Now he could either flank these Red Reserve players or decide to put on some aggression, but the flag has been pulled. Zero now running this one right through the middle of the map, and he's going to cut through gate just like we saw Scump do.
Oh, he does finally get dropped it. He did manage to make it around the corner, and the flag's now sitting out. They're going to be able to get the return. Big return. Joe's not in a position to get any pressure applied there, so the flag's going to go back, and that run was all for naught. First minute, though, Red have already managed to get quite a threatening flag pull. Clean trade there from Crim onto Josh. And now the pressure being applied from Red Reserve.
And because that flag was pulled through the gate cut, the OpTic Gaming members coming off respawn near the back brick building, they overextended. They wanted to try to cut the flag over near front Cole, and that opens up the rest of the map. Now Joe with streaks in hand, he's got the flag as well. Zero with the support, taking down Scump. This is going to be a flag cap for Red Reserve, but not only that, they're going to take the lead, and Joe could use these streaks right away if he wants to try to catalyze some offensive pushes. That's exactly what he's going to do. Let's see what kind of information he could get.
Oh, they're going to run away with this one now. If they can find some kills out of this, but Crim somehow he's still alive. He took those shots like a champion. And now, without that support from the airstrike, it's not really going to work out. Joe's, he needs to fight forward, and Crim's going to slow him down. And now 2 dead for OpTic Gaming.
And look, in this situation where OpTic Gaming are switching to Mountain because they know Red Reserve have streaks to use, if you're Red Reserve, you want to be stacking stuns. If you're not using Armored, you cannot counter stun grenades. So that's something you want to see Red Reserve do later on in this game as they start to die and spawn back up, switch up your classes, start to stack stuns, and really start to annoy OpTic Gaming with those tacticals.
We're watching Joe push forward, surging through the base of OpTic, and he's going to be turned on there by Scum. That's a crucial kill. The fight now taking place in the base of OpTic, of Red Reserves, excuse me, and OpTic now moving their way forward. There's one player in barrels, number 5, and you can see the envelopment, the flank happening, but there are 3 players sitting in the back spawn. They're holding up. They're hoping for something, and that is the streaks coming out now from Joe as well, so that's going to buy them a bit of time, and Joe comes out of his hidey hole and finds Karma. Crim now pushing forward as well. Formal has grabbed the flag. He will be dropped by Zero. It's a firing squad from the back of the base, and now from behind Josh, and that's all dead for OpTic, and here comes the push from Red.
Yeah, that was a big stun grenade coming out of Joe right there. Slows down Crim6, they pick up the kill, and now ramping up the pressure back over to the OpTic Gaming side of the map. It's Josh, he inside fire, and Joe's going to be calling in more streaks. He knows where OpTic Gaming are spawning. You see the mortar strike coming in. Tags up the players in the back. Zero pushes in, trades the kill. The flag now being pulled. Josh finds Crim6, trying to dip away with this one right through fire, and you see that gate cut already covered by Joe. Rated with some support over near the crane side of the map. This is going to be another flag cap for Red Reserve, and now OpTic Gaming, you have 2 minutes remaining in this tournament. You could potentially be eliminated right now.
It's going to be the final 2 minutes they have here in Atlanta. Rated picks up a second. The flag is already moving again. This could be the 5th cap No one from OpTic in a position to stop this one. Scump's running forward. He's desperately trying to make it work, but he can't get there in time, and that's going to be flag number 5. Is this where it all falls apart for the green wall? Rated now streaks in from above. Josh picking up 2. They're catching them on spawn now, and this is it.
Just run. You don't have to challenge this. Your team has streaks. You got covered. They have all the toys to play with. Red Reserve now in a commanding position in this game. 90 seconds remaining. They're about to go up by 4 flag caps. And man, oh man, could they want even more streaks to play with? There's a flag cap coming in from Josh. No, wait. Krim with the grenade. There could be something that catalyzes some offense for OpTic Gaming, as Krim's going to get the pull. Coming off respawn, Red Reserve have a crucial decision to make. Are they going to dedicate streaks to stop this, or are they going to try to clear out their base with them?
They have a choice, and they will make it soon. Josh now on the defensive streak. He hits the roof. He misses Karma. Krim, flag goes in. They're only down by 2 now with 1 minute remaining.
It's doable.
Zero coming in from behind there, picking up the kills, and the players furthest forward. Formal now, trying to hit the flank. He needs these kills here. Joe made his way around the back. He knows his players have spawned. Fighter pilot from up ahead. Rated manages to get those kills as well. Scumpy's been forced back now. We've still got members of OpTic pushing forward. They're driving forward into the base of Red Reserve, and Rated still at the back. This is absolutely tremendous right now. There's 40 seconds left. They could potentially do this. That glide bomb's going to do it, but he killed Karma, and Rated from behind. Here comes the run. Scump, flag in hand. Josh finds him. There's the return, and that may be it. 30 seconds left. Josh finds a second. 30 seconds to go. Is it all over now for OpTic? The writing's on the green wall.
Yeah, Scump was not anticipating the water spawn coming in. Now all the streaks being used here by Krim. He finds Josh. Gio picks up the kill on the Scump. Technically, it's dual doable. If they get this flag cap right now, they need somebody at the base of Red Reserve to pick up that flag pull after. But, I mean, 10 seconds remaining. It's not looking like it. And on Championship Sunday, OpTic Gaming don't win a single map, and they're now eliminated from CWL Atlanta.
Red Reserve will be your team to advance. Committing regicide. First they take out TK, and they committed again on OpTic Gaming. What a storied run now for the boys of Red Reserve. They're going to be carrying on through the competition.